No.
Oh, oh, oh no.
I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. We weren't quite ready.
Tell them what happened. What are you doing to me?
I was like, let's just go for it. Listen, it doesn't matter how many times you do these things. Sometimes you still are never quite as prepared as you might think we are. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to Ageless and Unapologetic. What episode are we? Like 7? I'm not even sure.
I don't know. No. 2. Might even be 8. I didn't know.
Well, if you haven't seen my face before, I'm Vanessa J. This is Tina Margaris. She is such a great friend, menopause educator, and together we just love coming live and talking all the things that we ask. And so if we're asking, you're probably asking also. And so today we're actually talking about some tiny habits that will make all the difference in midlife.
On moving the needle on the scale. I wish it wasn't that way for us because Vanessa and I did talk about this in a previous episode. We just don't look at the scale anymore. We just like kind of, you judge on your energy, how strong you're feeling, whether you're sleeping well, fatigued, how your clothes are fitting, but it's never about the number on the scale anymore. For sure. And welcome. Like if you're coming in live, say, hey, tell us where you're coming in from. If you're watching the replay, say replay. And anytime throughout this little broadcast of ours, if you have questions, dump them in the comments. We come back. We're here to answer them. And like Vanessa said, for the last 8 years, I have been helping. I'm old, but anyways, not that old, but for the last 8 years, I have been helping women heal themselves naturally from menopause because I went through crazy struggles and I couldn't get the answers that I wanted from the people or practitioners I was going to. And so it really, like, I really had to solve the issue myself. And coming from a podiatric, like podiatry background, it had nothing to do with menopause. Right. But it had everything to do with when you are a form of healthcare provider or medical practitioner, you know how to do your research, right? Like you know where to look, you know where to go, you know, and I just started to try to seek answers and I got them. Yeah. And it's not complicated, but a lot of people don't know where to start. So that's why we're going to talk about some tiny habits that you can do, like just to get things going or feeling a little bit better. And yes, move the needle on the scale, even though we aren't counters of, we don't count those.
I want to talk about one thing. I think we hear a lot of women who say, this Monday I'm going to start, or I'm going to go on vacation. And then when I come back, I think being healthy or living a healthy life or caring about our longevity or how we feel in our skin, it really is a decision, and I think tiny habits don't actually feel that hard when we make that decision of like, no, I am healthy. Like I am choosing to live a healthier lifestyle wherever I am. Because I mean, listen, I go away with Tina all the time, and I will admit she's much better than me. Like I don't know what it is. As soon as I land somewhere, I'm like, oh, yum. I see things that I want to try. I might have a glass of wine. And Tina's like, she is great. Like I will admit I get into like vacation mode. I'll be the first to admit I do. It's okay because sometimes we have to remember that, one little slip up, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter in the big scale of things. It's just small habits that we can make that when we start incorporating them, we feel better more on a daily basis. And if you slip up, you slip up. It's okay. You're human. But when you start creating these habits, you'll notice that when you do slip up, it doesn't feel as good as it used to. And so it's just bringing these things to the forefront just so we can live a better, healthier life, right? That's what we want for all of us.
And also, if you haven't established like some of these habits we're going to talk about, and you're just feeling like poo, but you're just like continuing on with your life, you have no idea how you can feel so much better just by stacking some tiny little tweaks or tiny little habits, right? So you're like, it's like an ongoing saga of achy joints and, like extreme belly fat and crashing like midday or, 3 p.m., feeling like you need caffeine or you need a coffee and you're inflamed and your face is puffy and you're like, my skin's a mess. Like you have no idea. It's okay. We're going to tell you. That's
Yeah.
why we're here.
Yeah.
We're sharing for free. Like we just want to help you kind
Yeah.
of thing. So I also too, some women, like when you first come into perimenopause, you think a little bit like, am I crazy? Like what's going on? Like, I think I'm going crazy. I have all this anxiety. I have these mood swings. I'm not sleeping. I'm sweating at night. I'm getting hot flashes in the day. Like there's a lot of things. So it's kind of like what you did at 35, like those habits you had at 35 for like moving the needle on the scale. If you were going on vacation and wanted to look better, for your week away or, fit into some thing to go, like fit into a dress to go to a party or a wedding, you just like cranked it out kind of thing when you were 30. They don't work anymore, guys. They don't. Don't
Yes.
put yourself into thinking they will, they won't. Right.
Mhm.
So we're here to like just talk about some of those habits that you can start doing right away. And listen, we're going to talk about like maybe 10 habits. Try one this week.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be a big explosion of I'm going to do all these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. That's the last thing I want. Cause I think we can all agree that it can be a little bit overwhelming in this day and age. There's like, everybody's got a piece of advice that they're trying to give you. You know what I mean? It's like, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I think it's really like getting back to like basics and the fundamentals, right? And again, don't overwhelm yourself. We don't want more stress in our life, but it's just little tweaks, little things that just become natural over time and make you feel like from here to here, and they're small.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
want
number
to talk
one?
about the first one.
Yeah, what's your number one?
Okay. When people say I only have coffee for breakfast or a coffee and a piece of toast or I'll eat later.
The
That's
worst thing you can do. Worst
yeah.
thing you can do. What
Yeah.
happens when we don't eat breakfast? Number one, our blood sugar is out of whack for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Cortisol goes up, right?
Yep.
What else?
Well, I
Craving.
think too, what's important is like if you're a person that's like, oh, I can't eat breakfast, like I never feel like eating breakfast, have a protein shake. It can be simple as having a drink, right? Because I go to play pickleball like, every morning or go to training for pickleball every morning. And so, what was that? Okay. Okay.
My phone just binged. I think it went on.
Okay. Sorry. I was like,
Sorry.
anyways, and so I just make a protein shake, right? But one thing you have to remember, if you're going to make a protein shake, like with some good quality protein powder, whether it's plant-based or whey, I can't do whey protein. I don't do milk products well. It just makes me gassy. So I use like a good plant-based protein, but I add things to it because all protein powders are meant to be absorbed quickly. They'll go into your bloodstream quickly, and then you'll feel like, oh, I'm hungry an hour later. So I always say to people, like, add some stuff to your protein. Like if you want to add fruit, you're adding fiber, right? Add even if you don't like avocado, add a quarter or half of an avocado. That's some nice healthy fat,
Or
and it
almond
makes
butter. I
it.
love almond butter. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
the avocado will make it as thick as a like a milkshake. So
Mhm.
neat things like that. And I do add extra protein. I will add pasteurized egg whites, and I will also add cottage cheese. It all blends up. You don't taste it. So
I
my
have to.
I say 30 grams. You have to have 30 grams in the
Yeah.
morning before noon, but I have like 56 just by adding those things.
Wow. Yeah, I have to admit, I still have to get my head over like the egg whites in my shake, but I see you do it all the time. And well, I mean,
They're
yours.
pasteurized. I
I know.
wouldn't break an egg.
Yeah.
I wouldn't break an egg and put it in like Rocky, remember in the Rocky one? People just like crack the eggs and drink it. No. Then listen, and then if you do like eating breakfast, it's easy. How many videos have I done of my yogurt bowls?
Yeah.
Yogurt, a little cottage cheese, some fruit, a couple of nuts, and then obviously I put my Snow Slim on there, the Morrisil. But yeah, I mean, you can do that.
I think I just want to go a little bit deeper, because I think so many of us women, we get up and we go into autopilot. And, in our 20s and 30s, when we would like just get up and go, leave the house, grab a coffee, and maybe we eat later on, it just doesn't work as like it used to. We can see the differences in our body. And I know I'm 100% someone who used to just press go on my coffee, have my shower, drink like 3 cups of coffee, wonder why I was twitching by 10:30 in the morning. And that's why, like, personally for me, I love meal prep, like something that's ready to go on hand, so that I ensure that I eat something first thing, because I will be the type of person that will just like start tackling her day. But if I have something easy and ready to go, like, it makes a difference. And start small if you're not used to eating breakfast, but once you start eating breakfast and you start noticing that difference in how you feel throughout your day, it makes a big difference.
And we're not saying don't have your coffee.
Yeah, no.
Like, have your coffee. Have your coffee. Right?
Yeah.
Don't use all those artificial, crazy, weird flavored sweeteners or stuff like that. Please don't use any artificial sweeteners, but have your coffee. But you need to have some protein in, at least 30 grams. And so, and the next habit, like habit number 2, is like build a balanced plate. But I think we kind of already talked about that, like having a protein, having some fat, and having some fiber. Fiber's carbs, right? Like fibrous fruit, vegetables. If you don't know what fibrous fruit is, like a lot of dark berries, that sort of thing. I love bananas, but I don't do bananas because it gives me a sugar rush.
Oh, I love banana. I'll only use a small banana, but I think that's sometimes where it can get confusing on social is, we'll see those like 20 or 30 something influencers like protein. But for us in midlife, we have to have those other pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah.
You have to balance your plate. You have to have a healthy fat, complex carbs. I know it seems like there's a lot of rules. It's just so simple. It really is all about balance. If we really want to, balance those blood sugar levels, not have those sweet and salty cravings throughout the day, have you not reaching for that whatever, because that little snack midday or the handful of nuts, like all of that kind of adds up. But if you could actually just focus on like 3 balanced meals, maybe a little shake before your workout if you're working out, wow, it will be a lot more sustenance rather than empty calories that aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, and then the one thing I will want to say, and then we're going to like pass over the protein thing, is I started 2026 was the year for me. I've decided I just make my own protein bars, 4 ingredients. That's it. You want the protein bar recipe, put bar in the comments. I will make sure that you get it. It's easy. It takes 10 minutes and I end up with 16 bars. That lasts me 16 days.
I have to make those. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's super simple. But if you look at a protein bar, all of the nonsense that's in it that you buy, and also those over-the-counter pre-made protein drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. I bought one of the, not to name names, but Fair, what's it called?
Fairlife.
And then you look at like some of the ingredients, I'm like, oh, come on. You think you're picking up something good.
In a pinch, and you have to do it, I get it, but don't do that as your regular breakfast protein or whatever. Okay, this one is a habit that I don't do. I'm pretty sure Vanessa doesn't do it either, but it said to kind of eat slow.
I don't eat slow. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. But I know that that's supposed to be a really
lady, take.
You should see us when we're eating out together, like,
I'm Sorry, I don't do it, but
I actually look at my plate for a while and I do a little like, and then I just get in there. But I know it's supposed to be really good for us because then it gives our hunger signal. It right, like we can overeat because we don't give our body
yeah.
time to let us know that we're hungry. Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and then masticating your meal instead of like swallowing it whole obviously aids in digestion. Right. So, I mean, it is a good one, but I'm a bit of a beast. Like I
I'm a
eat out of
beast.
a salad bowl. I have
Oh
to
yeah,
remind
me
myself.
too.
I have to remind myself to like hold my fork properly when I go out because
The girl that took the cookies off the tray after her marathon.
that's me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here is habit number 4.
Okay.
Hydration. Hydration with a plan. Have a plan for your hydration. Like I said, and I say that how many times a day do I say this when we're on video? I have a
Yep.
Stanley mug, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be Stanley, but I know that it's 40 ounces. So my non-negotiable for water, whether it has like herbal tea bags in it, whatever it is, or fruit in it, or that sort of thing. But my non-negotiable is 3 of these, 120 ounces of water a day. I have a non-negotiable. So I think to myself, I got to get 3 of these in, and I want them done by 5. Any
Yeah.
water I kind of have after that, if I have with my supper, it's usually like a sparkling water, like one of those ones that have like an essence of fruit or something like that in it.
Yeah.
But so you have to have a plan. How do you do it?
I learned something yesterday. Just side note. I learned something because I'm a type of person that I will fill my gallon of water the night before. Now, am I always perfect? No. Do I always surpass minimum halfway? Yes, absolutely. Most of the time, I actually really enjoy. If I start early enough in the day, I will drink my water throughout the day. But a mistake that I didn't actually know can affect your sleep. So I have been known. So sometimes I'm like, oh no, I've got to catch up on my water.
Oh,
It can actually affect your sleep if you try and catch up on your water later on in the evening. So try and get your water in throughout the day as much as you can. And if you're trying to catch up, it could actually affect your sleep. Fun fact, I didn't know that, but interesting.
yeah. The other thing too is if you don't know how to get started with that, one of the things I do is I have like a little glass of water by my bed. So the minute I sit up and my feet touch the floor, I drink that little bit of glass of water. Right? It
Mm-hmm.
could be just like 6 or 8 ounces. You know what? I drink it because it gets me going, and like it gets you moving. Water gives you energy,
Yeah.
right? Not only does it like plump your skin, yada yada yada, hydrate your joints, lubricate, whatever, flush out toxins. Like we could say all those things too, but super duper important if you have that little glass of water. And then if you're thinking, oh man, I gotta get going with this, set a timer on your phone or on your smartwatch for every hour or every 90 minutes. And every 90 minutes, take 10 gulps.
Yeah.
You'll be done. You'll be
Yeah.
done 100. I guarantee you, because I've experimented with it before. You'll be done 100 ounces by 5 p.m. from the time you wake up till the time. And then you've kind of like, like your window, not
Years
after.
ago, years ago, I saw a woman. She did a 30-day challenge for herself, and she did a picture of her face on day 1,
Mm.
and at the end of the 30 days of her, I'm not sure if she drank a full gallon, but she upped her water quite a
Yeah.
bit, and what a difference it made. So yes, all of the above helps with hunger, cravings, helps with sleep, hydrations, all of it, right?
Yeah.
But yes, on a more physical level, difference for your hair, your skin, everything.
Yeah. Okay. Here's number 5. If you're an active human, like if you, and not just go to the gym, but if you're doing a walking for weight loss program, or you're doing your own resistance, or you're going to the gym, or to add electrolytes strategically to your water. Because
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that happen, oh, and also last on the water too, because we're talking about hydration, I wouldn't do more than 120 ounces a day. You know why? Because at first you're going to urinate a lot, you're going to pee a lot. But if you start drinking too much water, you also cause an imbalance of electrolytes in your body because you're peeing out your sodium and your potassium. And they're
Hmm.
super important. They're important for the function of your heart, that sort of thing. So you want to like keep it in that. You don't want to go any more than that. But if you are somebody who does, exercise or is extremely active or works somewhere, like where you're sweating, like a hot environment, that sort of thing, and you notice, oh, I'm drinking my water, but I still feel like really fatigued, or I'm getting cramps, like cramps in your calves, that sort of thing, or headaches, then you're probably dehydrated a little. So you want to add some electrolytes. Now, what would you add? Do you add anything? I
For
do.
me personally, if I feel like I need electrolytes, yeah, there's like some minerals you can put into your water. Also, I love coconut water. I love
Right.
coconut water. It's great. That those would be my two go-tos, I think.
Yeah. I also you can drop a little bit of Himalayan sea salt, like,
Yeah.
a pinch into some water. You won't notice it. It might taste slightly salty. I also use like here down here because it's so warm. Like some days, like I have a towel and and I'm not somebody who sweats a lot. The
Mm-hmm.
water is like pouring off my arms and legs when we're playing. That's how hot it is. And so it's called dry water, and it
Oh,
doesn't yeah. And so it's like just in a little pouch, and you put it in your water, but it
yeah.
has absolutely no artificial sweeteners in it. Nothing, zero. It's just like from fruit and minerals, and
Oh,
tastes
cool.
a little bit salty. But yeah, I found that one and I really like it. So dry water.
Mm.
I do not.
You have to bring me some of those back from the good
Although I
old.
would like to, I do not represent them. Hello, dry water.
You're gonna have to bring me some of those back from the sunny state over there.
I will. I will. Okay, number 6,
Yeah.
adding fiber daily. What do you think about that?
So yeah, fiber really really important, and there's so many easy ways you can kind of sneak that in, whether it's like berries or chia seeds. Gosh, of course now I'm trying to think of things off the top of my head, but
Lentils,
lentils, great one. I know
flax.
flax, yeah, you can sneak it in so many different ways, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize how much fiber really helps again with that feeling of fullness, our
Mhm.
digestion. Really really good. There's so many benefits to.
Well, and it's what helps you move things through your digestive system,
Mhm.
right? And then the thing that you can kind of think of is like protein builds your body and fiber manages your appetite.
Ah,
If that's giving you incentive to like, yeah, I want to manage my appetite.
yeah,
Like you want to be adding some fiber. So yeah, always have the protein focus because fiber gets forgotten.
it does. Again, everybody really always talks about protein, and yes, please eat protein. Please eat protein, protein focus. But if you're in our age group, make sure you're balancing those meals. Yeah,
Yeah. Ready for 7?
I'm ready for 7.
Yeah. Stop turning your workouts into cortisol marathons.
Yeah.
Like what sort of workouts do you do to keep your cortisol levels from getting jacked?
For me, first of all, I listen to my body, right? I don't want to raise my, I want to enjoy my workout. And for me to do anything that makes me want to shoot myself by the end of it, it's not my idea of fun. So
Right.
for me, I like to walk when it's a nice day. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for the first sign of spring. I am out and I'm walking. So walking, low impact movement. Pilates is a great way to move your body for your joints mobility as you get older. Is it strength training? Not necessarily, but it's such a great workout. Yeah, and I love weights. So yeah.
Yeah. Here's a rule of thumb for you. If you're like unsure when we talk about raising your cortisol levels, if you are somebody who loves to do cardio, because some people like really love that feeling, right? You want to keep yourself in the 50 to 70% of your maximum heart rate for your age. It's kind of like zone 2 when you look at a
Mhm.
heart rate when you look at a heart rate chart, by the way, there's one inside Menopause Unlocked. We always have one there. Go in the search bar, you go heart rate chart, and that pops up. So you can see what that 50 to 70% zone is for your heart rate, for your age. That's where you want to keep yourself, because when you raise your heart rate above that, especially for any sustained amount of time, you raise your cortisol levels. When you raise your cortisol levels, there's like all the nightmares that go with it, because that is what wakes you up in the middle of the night. That is why your face is puffy. That is why you're crashing in the middle of the day. That is why you have belly fat, because we have cortisol receptors in our belly, right? So, and cortisol is mismanaged. It's unmanaged because we no longer produce estrogen anymore in our sex organs. And the adrenal gland, which is responsible for cortisol, is also responsible for producing a little bit of estradiol. And so when our sex organs are no longer producing estrogen for us, the adrenal gland goes to work to produce the estradiol, and it leaves cortisol like wandering around on its own, aimless, in trouble. So that's why our cortisol levels just automatically go high. So we just need to manage them through a tiny habit like that.
And for all of you ladies are like, I just want to balance my hormones. I am telling you right now, if you do not balance your cortisol, forget it. You'll never be able to balance your hormones. So focus on cortisol first. Not all cortisol is bad, but keeping that in mind, if you want to have all the things to fall into place, cortisol is a big deal. Yeah.
And when we talked about like balancing your plate with a protein, fat, and carb, you are actually balancing two hormones, your ghrelin and your leptin, that are responsible for cravings and all that sort of stuff. So, and blood sugar. So super important. You are balancing your hormones by eating a balanced plate, right? You are balancing that cortisol by not over exercising or pushing your heart rate too high. And then keep this in mind, hormone replacement therapy is excellent nowadays. Like if you are a person that can tolerate it, I cannot or could not. I mean, I'm in my 60s now, so I wouldn't be on it anyways. But one of the things that you must remember, if you are going to your doctor and you are like, the worst thing that's happening to you is you've got that weight gain, hormone replacement therapy is not going to help you lose weight.
Yeah.
I said it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm sorry. It's going to help with your night sweats, your hot flashes, mood swings. Like, it's going to help with those things, but it's not going to help with that cortisol belly. Just saying. Okay. Number 8, this tiny habit. I think it's super easy. We talked about it before. A 10-minute walk after your biggest meal.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I would also say too, like midday. Like if you're somebody that works in an office and then you sit like in a lunchroom or you sit at your desk and eat, then just get up and walk for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to go for this one long 1 hour walk. Honestly, if you were to just get up and move and walk 10 minutes after each meal, ideally, if not at least after your biggest meal, that will help, start, what's the word I'm looking for? Burning off that glucose from the food you just ate, because the food you just ate turns into sugar and then you sit down. But if you actually just start moving your body 10 minutes after your meal, that glucose will be burned off quicker. And if you have glucose present or insulin present in your body, you can't burn fat, right? So why not just move your body a little bit so you can get yourself quicker into that fat burning window? All these little tips, they all add up, right?
Oh my gosh, it's 28 minutes. We got to go. Okay. Number 9, a non-negotiable sleep cue. Like, shut her down. Don't scroll in bed. Like, find a habit. Do not get in bed to scroll so that you can fall asleep. The blue screen is messing you up.
And sometimes I'm good with that and sometimes I'm not. I'm good if I'm mindful and I say, I'm just going to put my phone somewhere else. Yeah. Sometimes I'm not. I think we could all agree. Who scrolls on the phone?
Or goes from bed to fall asleep.
I know. Hey, we've all been guilty.
I don't anymore. What I do is like I have this whole ritual. I go and I use a magnesium powder, and so I do a little this much water with apple cider vinegar, and I
Oh,
sip it through a straw, and then I mix my magnesium in this much water with my snow collagen, and then I froth it, and then I drink it, and I'm like, that's my
oh,
cue, like my sleep cue. That's it. Time for bed. Then brush teeth,
oh, I love
wash
that.
face. And then
So now, what did Tina just describe? She described how she stacks her habits.
yeah,
So let's talk about
exactly.
stacking your habits, because we've got an amazing, amazing challenge coming up in our private community, our private group, that we want to share with you, because it's coming up. It's totally free. We want you there with us, hang out with us. So starting February 2nd in our Menopause Unlock group, we have a free Stack Your Habits challenge. Tina, I'm going to let you walk through the different habits. But we
Okay.
want you in there. Type group down in comments. Come hang out with us. We also, for those of you who want to join us in there, we also have a couple of giveaways that are going to be happening at the end of
Yeah.
it. But it's so simple. It's so easy, and it's just getting us into the routine of just one habit at a time, stacking them, so it's just easier to manage. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, this is so key and it's so easy and it'll be fun because not only are you going to like challenge yourself, but it will help you to get started on the road, right? But it also offers accountability and community. Like there's 64,000 women in there, but there are not 64,000 women who are active in that group, right? That's okay. It's a Facebook group. People come into a group and they're like, I want to see, let me, see what they're doing. What I can tell you about the group is if you're not already in there, there's some amazing guides. All our nutrition plans are in there for free, food list, protein, everything. And anytime you come into the group, whoever invited you into the group, they're there to guide you. It's so easy. So if you're typing group inside here, and you get the link from either Vanessa or myself, you're going to say Vanessa invited me or Tina invited me. I need to see that. I can't remember my habits.
Oh.
So put this back for one more minute. Okay, thank you. Okay, listen. This is what's going to happen. One protein priority meal a day. Does that mean you're eating once a day? No. Does that mean you're eating only protein? No. It means you're going to have a balanced plate, but you're going to really be cognizant that you're putting protein into that meal. Only once a day, just for this week, if you've never done anything like this before. You're going to drink at least 60 ounces of water a day. Guys, I do 120, so this is 40. I already gave you some few little ideas of how you can get that water in. Then you're going to choose one meal. You're going to walk for 10 minutes after that meal, and then you're going to shut down the scroll, right? And go to bed 30 minutes early. I think that's the only one that will really take planning. In all honesty,
Totally.
Yeah.
And so at the end of this, now, for those of you who don't know, also starting February 2nd, our Kickstart, the first and the third week of every month. I'm going to take this off now. The first and third week of every month, we're doing a Kickstart in a private community. We're doing it all together. We've talked about it before. If you want to know more about the Kickstart, type Kickstart down below. Yeah. But for those of you who are like, I don't want to know about that, I just want to do this challenge with you guys, we're actually giving away 2 free Kickstart packs for 2 lucky people to join us in the next one. Because again, this challenge and our Kickstart starts February 2nd, but the third week of February, we'll be doing our next one. So you'll be able to win that and join us for the next one. So type group in the comments. Let's do it. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. And I mean, in this Kickstart pack is 2 of the most amazing things. I call it my cortisol combo, but in reality it is 7 days of the Nueva Body Peptide Blend, which is there we go. It's that little one a day. Yeah. If you don't know about peptides, you can go back and watch one of our other episodes, but life-changing as far as transformation of your body composition in midlife. athletes use peptides, integrative health doctors use peptides, biohackers like me in my 60s use peptides to have that youthful, strong looking body. That's what this one does. And then there are 7 days of nitro, which is my ultimate brain fog drink. You no longer have brain fog at all. It's amazing. Anyway, and so we're going to give away 2 of these.
It's
if you
amazing.
come to the free habit stacking challenge.
Whoop, whoop. Amazing. Yeah. So type group in the comments or type group in the comments or type challenge group.
I think you say just type group to come. If you're already in Menopause Weight Busters, then you want to type like, to just have it. Yeah. And then we'll send you our little messenger, right? And then also, if you don't know about the Kickstart and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been in here, I've got my stuff. Like there's people that are using the peptides, but come and join the Kickstart because we give stuff away and there's accountability and community and we teach all the nutrition for free. You don't have to exercise in that Kickstart week if that's something you haven't done. It's a no-brainer.
A no-brainer. That's amazing. All right, my friends. So I think that's going to be it for today. Over time.
I'm sorry.
But we just love talking to you anyway. So thank you for joining us. We appreciate you so much. We will see you next time. Ageless and unapologetic. Let's go.
Listen, it's not horns or go, whatever. This is I love you in American Sign Language for Taffy.
This is how we're going to close out our call. Ciao for now, guys.